As a whole, let it fly from three. That is something that Jacque Vaughn said that they want to do. They want to get up 43s a game now that they don't have KD in the lineup, the mid-range maven, as we see Steph Curry take it to the rim.
Curry goes baseline, and he completes it.
To understand how to blend on the court, and Royce O'Neal does an excellent job for the Nets in that fashion.
A little different shot profile for the Nets without Kevin Durant in the lineup, and we talked to Jacque Vaughn about that. Into the paint, pivots out of it, finds O'Neal. He'll penetrate.
O'Neal
kind of but the Nets will still leave him open more often than not. That's off Kyrie's fingertips. Steph in the open floor. He'll go to the left hand and finish. But the Nets will still leave him open more often than not. That's off Kyrie's fingertips. Steph in the open floor. He'll go to the left hand and finish. Jacque Vaughn called him the ultimate teammate. Early on, he's been more like the ultimate scorer here for Brooklyn.
Ben's got to be aggressive right here.
Simmons. And that is the kind of force that Jacque Vaughn talked to us about. Steph to Kevon Looney, coming off the bench now for Golden State. Yuta Watanabe, who's had a great career, or a season, I should say, shooting the basketball so far, in for Brooklyn. Steph Curry's had a great career shooting the basketball. I was about to say the Nets went 8-19 last season without KD when he hurt his left MCL. This time it's a right MCL injury. And remember, that was one of the reasons he cited for his summer trade request as Looney cleans up.
Not in a hurry, not in a rush. Understand there's nobody on the Nets team right now with any size inside that can stop it.
All tied up at 24 as Seth Curry. Brooklyn with a 2-point lead. Simmons on Curry. Steph shakes it. Rolls out. O'Neal. Watanabe. Mid-range. Steph adjusts the mouthpiece as he heads into the front court. Leaves it for Looney. Cutting to the rim and one.
And the big fella with the great catch and the nimble finish. I like how Kuminga's taking this matchup against Kyrie. Not backing up, getting into his personal space.
Curry to Warren, defended by Green, and got the bucket.
That gives him another option in a tight playoff series.
Seth, second make of the game for DiVincenzo as 7. Seth Curry sends a three, sinks a three. He's actually 4 spots ahead of his older brother, Steph, on that list. Turnover by Brooklyn. Back comes Poole. DiVincenzo will try for a third make and gets it.
Well, Durant shoots around 60% from his mid-range jumpers as we see Poole force Curry into the mid-range. That's actually where you want him.
Switch by Simmons. DiVincenzo working on Harris. Does he have a fourth? He does.
Why not? That shot was so hard, but he made it look so easy. Drives past his man, sees the weak side defender as he tries to get a charge right there. Kuminga goes right over him.
7th giveaway for the Nets. Steph over Warren. Simmons back to the younger Curry. Bounces into a mid-range. Okay. Curry on Curry.
Who you got?
I got Curry.
That's a good call.
Always.
Yeah, I second that, B-Will.
Claxton just nicked rim. Initially, by the way, we had other as a choice. Poole and one.
Yeah, I second that, B-Will.
Claxton just nicked rim. Initially, by the way, we had other as a choice. Poole and one. Three deep.
Well, guys, we were looking at last time when Claxton was shooting.
You want to be a GM?
No, never.
Good luck.
Marks looks stressed.
Steph behind the back, high off the glass, and good. Some Steph magic. Curry handles it. And a turnover for Golden State.
I like where they at defensively.
Second straight giveaway for Golden State. And Wiggins nearly chased it back down. O'Neal will pass it over to Seth Curry. And they'll try the deep 2 and rattles home for Brooklyn, a much-needed bucket.
Wiggins really making Kyrie work on that possession right there, not giving him any airspace, challenging every single dribble.
Wiggins to his left over Simmons, who got a piece of it, but stepped out of bounds. And that makes him 8 of 13 over his last 2.5 games or so. Steph from the corner. Great pass by Draymond Green.
Because a lot of teams are going to load up and force those guys to beat them, and that could really make things problematic for the Nets, as we saw that defense applied to them in the first round last year by the Celtics. Because a lot of teams are going to load up and force those guys to beat them, and that could really make things problematic for the Nets, as we saw that defense applied to them in the first round last year by the Celtics. Good offensive possession from BK, and they're right back where they need to be as Claxton blocks Steph's jumper.
Looney keeps it alive. Bodies on the floor. Poole out-hustled O'Neal, maybe hurt. Curry for 3, and that ends the drought. O'Neal flexing his right hand. We'll see if it affects his shooting touch. Off the back. Flexing his right hand. We'll see if it affects his shooting touch. Off the back rim. Still trying to shake off whatever happened to him with that collision with Poole.
Steve Kerr and Golden State, they might look to blitz him a little bit. Just get the ball out of his hand, see if some of those other guys can beat him.
Claxton to Seth Curry. Tried to get it back to Claxton. It's a turnover for Brooklyn.
Look at Claxton move his feet on Steph. And Clay finishing on the other side.
That's the execution creativity. It's a stagger ball screen flare.
Curtis Blair walking by told us that was actually an out-of-bounds call. Claxton with the finish.
That was a nice take by Claxton right there.
And the Nets have their first lead since 26-24. What a turnaround here in the third quarter. Steph. And the Nets have their first lead since 26-24. What a turnaround here in the third quarter. Steph. One free throw for Seth Curry. Here come the Nets. They've dominated this third quarter. Harris is off on the 3.
Who do you think that Dale and Sonya are really good? Like everybody says that we don't have a favorite when you have kids, but you know you do.
8-0 run now for Golden State. Up by 4.
Oh.
Kevon Looney doing it all. He pokes it away from Seth Curry.
Looney with the great defense. You got the number for Crime Stoppers?
8-0 run now for Golden State. Up by 4.
Oh.
Kevon Looney doing it all. He pokes it away from Seth Curry.
Looney with the great defense. You got the number for Crime Stoppers? Options can step up.
Foul goes against Joe Harris. .24 for Steph Curry.
Kyrie said, "Nah, I want to. Let me have this. Let me have this action."
Curry on Kyrie. 3 is up.
That's what leadership looks like.
Warriors have led by 17. Harris comes out to set the screen, gets it back from Irving. Corner for Seth Curry. And out. Chased off the three-point line, gives it up. Simmons, Harris, and a travel from Seth Curry.
And Steve Kerr's going to like that here from the mid-range. 60% in the mid-range. There's no way I'm letting that guy, as we see a push off by Seth Curry. There's no way here from the mid-range. 60% in the mid-range. There's no way I'm letting that guy, as we see a push off by Seth Curry. There's no way.
Draymond Green back to Curry. Got Harris on it. Up against the shot clock. Shot off the backboard, and it goes as a shot clock violation. Defense has been a big part of the story here for Brooklyn the last few games since Kevin Durant went out. Draymond out top. That's tapped away by Seth Curry. Seth Curry. Pass Green off the glass and good. Ooh. And it's a one-possession game. Doesn't have a bucket here in the fourth. Working on little brother. Watanabe got it, gave it back to Seth Curry. Curry on Curry. Corner, Harris.
You said
it's
that's
up,
his spot.
And it's in.
Matt, you said that's his spot. What does he shoot from 3 in the corners?
44%. Poole runs right into Seth Curry, and Curry will pick up the foul. 14-2 run to tie it up here at 112. And Steph 6 of 6 from the free throw line.
Steve Kerr's talking to Draymond about probably the defensive assignment. But with Kyrie Irving being who he is and how he's played today, this
Curry
is the
has it.
This is the matchup they want. Steph on Joe Harris on Steph Curry.
Uses the body, but it won't fall for Steph.
Now, if you're Golden State, you still got time to get a quick two.
Curry from deep, off the mark. Poole chases it down.
Now you got to have a three.
Time running out. Seth Curry comes away with it.
Big win for the
Brooklyn
Nets.
comes up with a win on the road.
Is Brooklyn in the house? Now, if you're Golden State, you still got time to get a quick two.
Curry from deep, off the mark. Poole chases it down.
Now you got to have a three.
Time running out. Seth Curry comes away with it.
Big win for the
Brooklyn
Nets.
comes up with a win on the road.
Is Brooklyn in the house?